Greetings. This is going to be a collective energy reading. First and foremost, Holy Spirit, casting away all dark energies sent to harm or disturb me, my loved ones, and you. Alrighty. Holy Spirit, what's happening right now? We collect this energy. Woo. Alrighty. So, quite a bit. First and foremost, you guys are coming up as the sun. So you're definitely seeing things. You know, the sun is shining a little brighter. You're definitely looking forward to a lot of success. You're very optimistic about your life and where you want it to go. All right. So I did get King of Pentacles, King of Wands. So definitely talking to a masculine energy right now, as to where in the past, like you could have been in King of Wands energy to where, you're kind of a player, you know. Somebody definitely is coming into some abundance, and you're also like aware of like an individual. It's like they use their sexuality to get ahead pretty much, but they're very toxic. So it could be a Sagittarius. Clarify. Yeah, like you're switching things up, like you're changing things around because you're really looking towards your future and what is going to come in for you. All right. And it has to do with the work that you're doing. So you may be working a job right now, or you recently left the job to pursue like a business idea or something. Yeah, and it has you feeling very excited. You're feeling very excited, especially about these new ideas you're getting. Like whoever you are, you're definitely feeling inspired. All right. And you used to have like a fear of change, and it probably took like a while for you to really make this decision to like, move towards your dreams, but it's bringing you joy. All right. So I'm definitely happy for you. Yeah. In the past, you had dealt with some betrayal. All right. And, you shed a few tears because of it, but you definitely picked up and moved forward from it. With this Knight of Wands, you're definitely more confident now. And the actions that you're taking, you're very inspired in those actions. So you're definitely moving in your heart space. And that's really good because it takes a lot of bravery to do that. All right. And you still have like a type of childlike energy as to where you find joy and comfort in the little things as well. Whoever I'm talking to, you're definitely playful, so you could be a jokester. Like you laugh a lot, and that's why people love to be around you. Yeah. So you definitely have a new beginning coming your way. So if you're a masculine energy, you're definitely going to be meeting your divine feminine soon. If you're feminine energy, you're definitely going to be meeting your divine masculine. So that's really good. I'll probably do twin flames next. But this work that you're doing, it definitely helped you to end out of like the cycle because you started to focus more on your grounding. Okay. Yeah. You self-reflected, like you definitely are moving away from like a toxic lifestyle. You've definitely gone through like an ego death, and that's really good because you definitely transformed, and those around you can definitely see this transformation. So maybe in the past you were like a little sad, you probably went through some type of depression, or you could have been angry or what have you, but you've definitely moved forward from that. So you definitely closed out of that cycle, so you don't have to worry about going through that again. Okay, because you're moving completely in your heart space. You are doing what the divine wants you to do. All right, so you are on the right path. All right, you are victorious. Okay, and your victory will definitely manifest in the 3D even more as you go head first, like to achieve the rewards of all the work that you're doing. So look out for a lot of good news coming your way. Listen, I said look forward to a lot of good news coming your way, and look what came out. So your wishes are definitely coming true at this time. You are so blessed, okay? And your blessings are now going to come in the form of material success, okay? So be prepared. Listen. And then you're also going to have like a lot of harmony. You won't have to deal with fighting. You won't have to deal with like secret competition and things of that nature. Literally, Ace of Wands. Like, you're definitely very fearless, and that's what led to this breakthrough for you. So Look forward to it, okay? And make sure that the decisions that you're making, that you're not making any decisions out of anxiety or any type of fears. Somebody also could be traveling overseas soon, or you just recently came back from traveling. Crap out is not a pentacles. Yeah. And you're very consistent, and you're also consistent with standing on business, especially when it comes to having morals and values. Like, you are an individual that, you are not around the right people. You didn't really have like your head on straight to where you were attracted to kind of like devil energies a little bit, and it allowed you to be tempted in so many ways. And you are now an individual that's very reliable, like literally, and you're going to be experiencing a lot of true friendship, and that's literally your good karma. Okay. Yeah. It's a lot of teamwork. And then you also have a new perspective on how people work together. So, who I'm talking to, like, you definitely had some bad experiences when it came to people coming together, whether would have been like family or like a friend group or something, but you didn't let it turn you bitter. Okay. You just, use your wisdom, and you chose to nurture yourself. You chose to focus on your healing, and that's really what helped you to move forward from a lot of these conflicts that you were experiencing. Like, you were realizing that it really wasn't anything that you're doing, but you also became aware of the fact that it's about consistency. Okay, if your consistency around low vibrational energies, no matter how good your intentions are, you are gonna you're gonna get caught. You're gonna get caught in the crossfire, and it's definitely liberated you to get away from these energies, and it literally is because you got away at the right time. All right. Whoever I'm talking to definitely could be like a homebody now, to where, like, you probably don't go out to parties or clubs, or be around large groups of people on a consistent basis, because you just realize that's not the type of time that you about to be on. Like, you trying to focus on your bread, you trying to focus on your forward momentum, and you realize it was just a waste of money. Yeah. And that is why, like, the world has opened up so much for you. And it's crazy how you probably felt like you had to be around other people. You had to go around a whole bunch of people in order to experience the world. And you're realizing that it was keeping you stuck in a bubble. And it's like you have so much fulfillment now that you're by yourself, because you're actually able to use your wisdom now. So when you do go in social environments, you're not able to be so easily tempted. Yeah, like, you're breaking down like a lot of this anxiety, like, because you had a point where you was just like, I can't deal with this shit. And you were probably like afraid. You're probably afraid of being alone. Like, whoever I'm talking to, it's like you were just kind of codependent. We all go through those times where it's like we're codependent, and we feel like we have to constantly be in contact with our friends. You always got to be in a group chat, you always got to go out. It's like you kind of had that fear of missing out, and you realizing that, like, you're really not missing out on anything, and you're also able to save your bread. Like, you're gaining a lot of clarity. Okay, and this clarity that you're gaining is really helping you to conquer all of this anxiety that you have, because you might have had suppressed emotions at one point in time, but you're actually working through it. So, whoever I'm talking to, you're definitely doing a lot of inner child healing. You're definitely finding out the truth about a lot of different situations. Like, we had individuals that were trying to project certain energies onto you. Okay, and it had to do with someone that was just very harsh. Like, they were just very harsh to you, and it felt like a tower moment to you, because you were not expecting for this person to be so cold and distant. And you doing that, you're realizing like what it is to have unified love, what it is to be around an individual that genuinely cares about you, that genuinely wants the best for you. Okay, and that's a really good space to be in, because that's a direct that is like a direct sign, like direct communication coming from the divine, that you have gone through an emotional awakening. Okay, because you're finding a direction, and then you're also being defensive with it. Like, you're no longer just going along with things just to keep the peace. You're definitely standing up for yourself, and that's really good. All right. And you're definitely like fighting for what you think is right. Like, you're no longer turning a blind eye to bullshit. Literally. And you doing this, you're rapidly gaining momentum, especially when it comes to this spiritual awakening that you have. Because in the past, you went through struggle, you went through poverty. Somebody might have dealt with like homelessness, unemployment. You just were feeling like very insecure, and you walked away from it. Like, you learned to just walk away. Like, if someone's in secret competition, if you have a bad vibe from somebody, that makes you feel some type of way. Like, you definitely started to walk away from these things in peace. And that's helping you to move on from it, and you're definitely moving on from having a victim mentality. So someone definitely had a toxic family environment, and it caused you to feel like trapped. And once you release yourself from those energies, it definitely opened up the world to you. And that is why you're able to love yourself completely, because you're realizing, like, okay, we could be related by blood, but it's like you're not operating like that for real. And you're realizing that it does not take blood to have family. All right. So you're definitely coming into union with your soul tribe, and that is your divine inheritance. You are not meant to be alone. You are not meant to be alone. So if whoever I'm talking to, like, if you're in isolation at this time, it's not gonna last for long. So just make sure it's fruitful. Make sure this isolation is fruitful to where you're still focusing on, the things that are important to you, and you're also focusing on your mental and your emotional health. And it seems like you guys are really on the right path, okay? You definitely have a strong foundation. What else? Yeah. And it's because you're letting go of like resentment. You're letting go of hatred. You're letting go of like asking why. Why did this have to happen to me? I see X amount of person has this and that and this and that. And you realize you had to stop comparing yourself to others. You had to realize that you went through things because your path is hard. There's a meme that I saw, and it was saying, I realized that I have a more difficult path because my calling is higher. And you definitely have accepted that your calling is higher. And just be prepared to, receive a lot of these things. Okay. It's a lot of things that you're daydreaming about. It's a lot of things that, you're wishing for. And you're definitely going to get it. Okay. And definitely when it comes to romantic relationships. So right now, you could be, not dating, you're probably not talking to anyone right now. And just be prepared, like, that is going to come in eventually. But right now, it's your time of isolation, as where you need to focus on yourself, and you need to heal a lot of emotional wounds, especially when it has to do with past romantic connections. Okay. So you're definitely healing a lot. You're healing a lot of family like trauma, and you're also healing a lot of trauma that you had um from like past situations that you could have been in. Okay, so you definitely are imagining like a lot of things. You're wishing for a lot of things, and it could bring up feelings of like grief and sorrow. But you need to realize that when you're shedding tears about a past situation, it doesn't mean that to go back. It means that you're releasing these emotions. Okay, closing messages, Holy Spirit. Yeah. So in your closing messages, you're being called to be ambitious. Okay. Focus on the things that are for you. Like, be generous with yourself. Like, do not punish yourself for things that could have happened in the past. Try not to dwell on certain things. Sometimes things come to our minds, like, especially during this retrograde. Like, definitely, use that as fuel. To pursue your dreams, to pursue your goals, okay? Because you're definitely moving in the right direction. Um, and you're going to be seeing like a lot of accomplishments. There's some type of opportunity that is going to come to you like within the coming days, and it's going to help you to find a lot of balance. But you definitely have like some type of choice to make. Yeah, with this King of Swords, just make sure that when this opportunity comes to you, whatever it may be, make sure that you're moving in honesty and truth, okay? Because as long as you're moving in honesty and truth, and you're being genuine, and you're moving with your heart space, anything is possible. Okay, because I definitely see your wishes coming true. And it's because you have high standards for yourself. You have gained a lot of mental clarity. So definitely, make sure that you are just reflecting on how much you have grown in this journey. Okay. Yeah, you're definitely a leader. Whoever you are, you definitely are a leader. And a lot of people look up to you. Like, you might not even realize who's watching you, to like that's actually looking up to you. And you're providing like others with a lot of balance, because the way that you're moving, and the way that you're looking, and the way that you're sounding, and the way that you're acting, like, people are definitely noticing this change. Okay, it's beautiful. So make sure that you're reflecting on that and giving yourself your flowers, patting yourself on the back. All right, be proud of you, because you definitely have come a long way, and there's so much more to come. All right. So just make sure that you're remaining grounded. And, if any problems might come up in your way, because naturally that does happen, just make sure you're remaining calm and that you're finding solutions to anything, that comes your way. Definitely follow your intuition. All right. If this resonated, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Continue to live in love and light. Bye.